Hey everyone. I'm sorry this has taken a while to get to you. I needed about a week to kind of get back on my feet. Before I get into talking about the commentary, I just want to give you some good news because of me being absent and me being on sick leave. Things are obviously going to be a little bit easier for you. So I'm going to allow you to record your presentations and upload them. You don't have to give them in person, but if you want to give them in person, when I return from sick leave, we can talk about a day and a time where you can give your presentation in person. But the general rule I will make for all my classes now is you can record your presentation. Please do not make it more than 7 minutes. I will have to watch now 150 videos or more, and I really don't want to have, to do this with 15-minute presentations. Okay, I'm going to talk in another separate video about how to give a presentation. For two groups, I've demonstrated with my own presentation. I'm going to do that with another presentation, a different presentation. I'm going to walk you through an example. I'm going to tell you the things that I expect. Um, but guys, presentations for this class are not much different than what you've learned in school. There's just a few slight different style differences that we'll talk about. For now, I'd like to go and talk to you about your commentary, which should only take a minute or two to explain. So, if you go to your Moodle, I said Andrew ill, this is hidden, this is not important. You're going to look for Abietspis, I returned from sick leave. It's just easier to write it in Denglish here. Okay? So, go here, and I'm going to post, you'll see this video link above. I haven't uploaded it yet, but you click on this. I've written this article again, like the first one. I did it for a class last semester. And whoops, hold on a second. Kept doing that. Write a commentary, not a summary, huh? Okay, so here's a commentary. You can click on it. And again, it's another long article from me or by me. Yeah, so it's about 5 pages. If you read it, you get a lip task, just like the other one. Just for reading it, you get it. Now, I also said in the last one and in this one that you can take these bolded pieces of vocabulary that I think you probably wouldn't know, and you can also use them for other lip tasks with vocabulary. Okay, so I'm giving you like 3 lip tasks and one because you can use your commentary for a lip task as well. Yeah, so you have vocabulary here, you have the reading of this, and then you have um the what did I say? I'm sorry, my brain is still a little bit fried. That's why I waited so long to do this. You have the vocabulary here, you have reading it, and you have the commentary itself as a lip task. So you can read this, and then what you're going to do is write a 250 to 500 word commentary. I said here, I do not mind if you exceed the word count, so if you go more, but please keep it under 1,000 words. Okay? That's all there is to it. Now, what is the difference between a commentary and a summary? Commentary, I think, is much easier to write because it's just your opinion. Yeah, whether you agree or disagree. And you can do both. You can agree, you can disagree, you can agree with one point and disagree with another point. However, I would be careful. It's not my decision, but it's the decision of the department that you have to write a summary and a commentary within 110 minutes. You have to read an article, write a summary, write a commentary within 110 minutes. Now, when I come back from sick leave, we're going to do a practice run of this in class. But if what I'm trying to say is if you try to agree and disagree with every point, you're going to run into time trouble. So you should probably find some points you can agree with everything in the article, you can disagree with everything in the article, you can disagree with some points and agree with others, and you can agree and disagree with one point, like on one side, on the other side for one point. But if you try to do this for every point in the article, I think you're taught this in school to always show both sides of the argument. If you do this, you won't be able to complete it in a timely fashion. So I don't recommend giving the pros and cons of every point in the article. Okay, you also don't have to address every point in the article. You don't have to. In any case, I recommend, I can only teach you how to write in so many ways. I mean, there isn't, I wish there was, but there isn't one formula how to be a better writer. It's just practice makes perfect, right? But what I would do is click on this again, summary and commentary blueprints, and then skip the summary part and go to the commentary blueprint. This is how your commentary is going to start. Yeah, and this is what you can use in the middle of the paragraph. Use this blueprint. Use it. Uh, like some of you did what I asked it, did this in the rewrite of your article, of your summary. I'm sorry, my words are all over the place. I'm really sorry. On the rewrite of your summary, and you did a much, much better job. I don't think anyone got below an 80 or a 78 on the rewrite of the summary. So that's if they rewrote it. So that's never happened to me before, but I've never done this blueprint before. So great job, and do the same. I'm not telling you in the future when you're in your, late 20s, early 30s and you're working in business to not learn different ways of writing things. I'm not telling you that. But you're in school right now, you're at university, and you need to just pass this class and you need to do it the way that is required. That's pretty much it. And I'm trying to give you, there isn't a formula, but I'm trying to give you the best thing that I can to help you get the best grade you can on your final exam, right? So all before you even start reading my article or the article of your choice, this is your blueprint. This is how you're going to structure each paragraph. You have paragraph one, two, three, and the final paragraph. And they're a little bit different because you can talk about your first argument here, second argument here, third argument here, fourth argument here. I'm not going to require you to write a um, introduction or conclusion paragraph. That's not what I'm going to require you to do because if you were to write a summary, then it would all be here. Now, what you can do is if you want another lib task, you can write a summary about this article as well. I'm not going to grade it, but you can write it, practice for the final exam, and you can use it as a lib task. And I've also decided if you do more than 8 lib tasks, I'll give you extra credit towards your final exam. Someone asked me, hey, Andrew, what if I do 13 lib tasks? Nobody has ever asked me this before. Nobody wants to do any more work usually, but I thought it makes sense because I'm giving you all these opportunities for lib tasks. If you have more than 8, I'll give you extra credit for your final exam. I don't know how much yet, but I will give you extra credit if you do more than 8 lib tasks. Remember, 8 lib tasks and 1 self-evaluation essay. Okay? Anyway, back to the commentary. This is your structure for the commentary. Now, what I would do is when you read this article, yeah, you say, okay, this is the first main point. I agree. And the main points are freedom is chaos. If we want to be safe, we have to give up some freedom. And that's it. That's really only the main points here. Okay, and then you say, okay, that's going to be part of my first paragraph. Now you can also write yourself a note. This could be a paragraph on its own, or I can combine it with some other arguments, i.e. paragraph. But let's just say some other arguments to make one paragraph. This is what you should do as you write. You should make yourself little notes on the final exam too. When you're reading the article, right? Okay, this is important for my summary, and then I agree and disagree with this point. This is important for a summary. I disagree with this point, right? So when it's time to write, you already have your map ready to go. Don't read the whole thing and just highlight some things with color and then go back and read it again and read it again. I would make notes on the side of it. Yeah? So that's what I would do as you if I were you as you read. Okay? That's really all there is to it. I can't really tell you anything else. I don't want there are many academic phrases out there. And I put this on your Moodle as well. If you click here, academic phrases, you go here. There are some signal phrases. Quotation, paraphrase, summary, and analysis. There are a few different links. I just gave it to you to make some people happy, but I don't recommend using them because you're gonna get yourself totally lost in the woods out there. You're gonna just be totally overwhelmed. I just recommend looking at this and say, got it. I got everything that I need here. Yeah. And I don't care if you memorize this and use it on the day of your test and everyone in the class has the same structure. That's what the task requires. Yeah, is being uniform. So have a look at this before you uh before you write. Maybe even just copy and paste it into a separate document and then delete paragraph one, delete commentary, and then just start filling in the information, right? And as you're reading, make notes. If you choose instead, I don't want to read your article, Andrew, then let's say you go to The Guardian. I always recommend The Guardian. It's not too long. And okay, I'm gonna read this thing about Italy and homeless and flooding. I would say though the paragraphs here are okay. Um, I don't know if this is a great example. No, it's too short. I'm sorry, I'm just doing this totally at random. Maybe I should have had this prepared, but I just thought of this in this moment. Let's go to opinion. There's usually something. There's looks like some good stuff here. Slavery is very much an American and British thing. Okay, let's just click this. The law is gone. It's about prisoners. And as you read, you say, okay, here. I don't know what this information is, but then you write bullet points. Okay, this is the main point here, and I agree or disagree with it. So no matter what you're reading, I would do the same thing I did is write yourself some notes. Okay, I don't want to, I've repeated this like 10 times now. I'm sorry if it's getting annoying, but there's nothing else I can really tell you. All right? And I'm gonna do you another favor. You can hand in your commentary anytime before the end of the semester. If you would like to have some feedback on it, though, I would recommend getting it in as soon as possible. But like I said, any time before the semester is over. So I believe that is June 30th. As long as you get it to me before June 30th, I will count it as part of your grade. Yeah, but if you want feedback on it, get it in as soon as possible. All right, I will follow this up with another, I hope, clearer video for presentations.